The gag clause was signed into law earlier this week, making cheaper prescription medication more accessible to millions of Americans.
News 3's Shayna Ferreira spoke with Representative Buddy Carter about the changes.
It's finally come to fruition. Now we've got it on the president's signature on it, so it is the law of the land now. So these gag clauses no longer exist.
The gag clause, it gave insurance companies control of what pharmacists could say to you, barring them from telling you if there's a cheaper way to pay for your meds.
A lot of times that is the case, that it would save the patient money. Well, what we've done is that this legislation that I sponsored in the House and that was signed by the President yesterday now prohibits those gag clauses. And what this does is to help the patients.
President Donald Trump signed 2 bills Wednesday lifting gag clauses on drug prices. The 2 bills are called Know the Lowest Price Act and the Patient's Right to Know Drug Prices Act.
Before, they were prohibited from telling the patient, otherwise they would have been kicked out of the network. Now that prohibition is gone.
Under the new law, pharmacists will be allowed to tell patients about lower cost options. Congressman Carter saying this new law will save Americans millions of dollars.
I've always said that the most immediate, the most significant impact that we can have on prescription drug prices is to have transparency within the pricing chain. We need that, and that's the only way we're ever going to bring prices down on prescription drugs. If we can get that, then I can assure you that you'll see a lower price at the prescription counter.
Putting the care back in health care.
You know, this is bipartisan legislation. This is an example of how we work across the aisle. Prescription drug prices are as high for Democrats as they are for Republicans. Doesn't matter. They're just high. Patients are going to save money, and medications are going to be more accessible.
Shayna Ferreira, WSAV News 3.
Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle worked together to get the bill passed.